Namaskar, this is CVR English and it's time to roll the world prime time with me, Anukriti Sharma. Now, before I get into my show tonight, I want to make it very clear that the views expressed on this show are hosted on my own. They're strictly personal and they do not reflect the views of any organization, so making that very clear right off the cuff. Namaskar again. Hello and welcome friends to World Prime Time. This is an editorial, my daily discussion, where, as the title suggests, I comment right off the bat, unfiltered and untarnished. Now today, my friends, I speak not just as a news anchor, but also as a lover of sport, and Indian sport in particular. And yes, also as a daughter of a former army man for whom wearing the India uniform and the India cap was the greatest source of national pride. I speak today also as Vinesh Fogart. That's right, you heard me right, there's no mistake there. The first time India witnessed Vinesh Fogart, the champion wrestler, was in January last year during the wrestlers' protest at Jantar Mantar. Of all the protesting wrestlers, she stood out in a sense for me. That was a sense of defiance, a fire in her belly and the steel in her eyes that stood out for me. More than being emotional, she came across as someone who was angry, but it was controlled anger. The kind of control that we saw when she won her 3 bouts in a row in Paris, including defeating an undefeated world champion when she was interviewed last year by senior journalist Rajdeep Sardesai. At that time, she shared her life story with the entire nation. How her father was shot dead just outside their house when she was just 9. How her mother had raised her. And how she had to fight a patriarchal system in Haryana to eventually prove her mettle and her worth. I was very impressed. The nation was very impressed. She was not asking for any sympathy. She wanted justice against the big boss of wrestling, Brij Bhushan Saran Singh, the BJP MP who was being accused of sexual harassment by the women wrestlers. She didn't even want any politician to come on that platform at the time. This is our fight. We will fight it. ये हमारी लड़ाई है, हम लड़ेंगे. She kept reiterating. Today, the same Vinesh Fogart, my friends, is a heroic figure. Someone who has stood up to the establishment and won. Yes, she may not have won a prized Olympic medal, but she has won our hearts, or at least mine for sure. It is with that emotional, patriotic spirit laced with a fair dose of anger that today I am going to pose 12 burning questions to the powers that be. Questions which must be asked and they need answers so that we can cut right through the hypocrisy. And I am posing these questions as Vinesh Fogart, not as Anukriti Sharma today, because my friends, for the next few minutes on this editorial, on this discussion, my name is Vinesh Fogart. Question number 1. Everyone from the President of India to the Prime Minister are tweeting in my support. To all these worthies I ask, where were all of you when I really needed you in my corner in January last year? Did you even once call, tweet, or even try and find out what I and the other Olympian athletes were going through on the streets of Jantar Mantar? When athletes win medals, you're the first to congratulate us. Good. I respect and celebrate that. But when the same athletes are in trouble, you're not seen by their side. Which is why, with all due regard, your words today sound a little hollow to me. Because you were not with me when I needed you the most. You have a fancy slogan, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. But why was this slogan not translated into action when we raised our collective voice against your MP, Brij Bhushan Saran Singh? My second question is to the Union Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah ji. Home Minister sir, it was your ministry that ordered the Delhi police to bodily lift me out and also the other wrestlers from Jantar Mantar. Do you, sir, have any sense of remorse today at your actions? Do you realize what it means for an elite athlete to be treated like a street thug? What stopped you, sir, from going to Jantar Mantar and convincing us to abandon our protest by ensuring that our voice would be heard, instead of using strong arm tactics, danda and lathi against us? My third question is to the BJP President JP Nadda. Sir, I am told that you are a genuine sports lover. You are a very good swimmer, I gather, as a student. Why then, sir, did you choose to stay silent when grave charges of sexual harassment were being made by me and the other women wrestlers against your six-time MP Brij Bhushan Saran Singh? Why was the MP not suspended right away from the parliament, or at least isolated pending an inquiry? Yes, I know you denied him a ticket in the 2024 general elections, but guess what? You gave a ticket instead to his son Taran. What was the message that you were trying to send out to us? That to save a couple of Sikhs in central UP, Uttar Pradesh, you would stand by your MP and not by any of us athletes? Question number 4. To the former sports minister, Mr. Anurag Thakur. Sir, your ministry suspended the Wrestling Federation of India in December last year. Too late, I think. And you set up an ad hoc committee to supervise the wrestling. It had a positive effect, no doubt. It was a positive step, but it had a limited impact. Let me therefore ask you a straight question, sir. Whose side were you really on? Us, the wrestlers, or Brij Bhushan Saran Singh and his team of wrestling officials? My fifth question is to Smriti Irani, ma'am. You were the Women and Child Development Minister at the time, ma'am. The charges against your fellow MP were serious, of sexual harassment, made not just by me but by several wrestlers, including minors. Why didn't I hear you are indeed Rekha Sharma of the National Commission of Women stand by me and the other wrestlers when we so badly needed your support? My sixth question is to PT Usha, ma'am. You, ma'am, are a legend of the sports scene, an icon for us, someone who the nation cheered in the 1980s as the Paoli Express, someone who put India on the world athletics map. You became the IOA president, the Indian Olympics Association president, and a Rajya Sabha nominated MP. But why didn't you stand by us in our hour of need, instead of seemingly just echoing what the government wanted you to say? My seventh question is to the Haryana government. All of you in power said, you the wrestlers, or we the wrestlers, are the pride of Haryana. We put our state on the world map, defying every stereotype of gender prejudice. Why didn't the Haryana government officials and the ministers stand shoulder to shoulder with me, Vinesh Fogart, and the other wrestlers? Is it not true that you actually attempted to send government officials to the homes of many wrestlers and warned our families that you would take away our jobs if we did not abandon our protest? My eighth question is to the opposition, especially to the Congress party. Did you see political opportunity in our protest, or were you genuinely empathetic to our cause? I did see a few of you at Jantar Mantar, which was reassuring, but could you have maybe done more to restore our sense of dignity? I gather that the Congress party offered some tickets to fight elections to my colleague Sakshi Malik. She refused, as did wrestler Bajrang Punia. Maybe none of us wanted to become pawns in some political battle. What we really wanted above all was justice. I want to ask you therefore today, will you now still keep up the good fight for us? My ninth question is to Brij Bhushan Saran Singh and his crony Sanjay Singh, who now heads the Wrestling Federation of India. Is it not true that you never really wanted me to compete in the Olympics? You wanted me to retire from the sport? that your entire time was spent on how to teach us a lesson in pushing us into a corner. By keeping the rules of the Olympic qualifier trials non-transparent right till the end. You pushed me eventually to compete in 2 weight categories at the trials so that I could keep my Olympic dream alive. And I chose 50 kgs in the end only because it gave me at least some chance of qualifying and winning an Olympic medal. Don't forget that I was recovering from a major surgery at the time and needed time to get stronger and better. The truth is, you wanted to control the lives of wrestlers like me, and I refused and tried to do it my way. Is that a crime? You have power. I don't. Is that asymmetry of power that is the harsh reality that defines the relationship between an official and a sports person in our country? My 10th question is to Reliance Foundation and the corporates who sponsor sport. I know many of you are pursuing for India, or most of you are pushing for India to host the Olympics in 2036. Good. Nothing wrong with aiming high. We are all with you. All of us are with you. But why didn't I see you, Mrs. Neeta Ambani, at Jantar Mantar last year? You are, after all, India's representative at the International Olympic Conference, and we look up to you. We look up to you for support. It is only when India's rich and famous will stand up to the establishment that we will get strength to fight for our cause. We don't want big money. What we do deserve and want is your personal support and empathy, and of course a determination to give us justice. My 11th question is to the media, especially social media. Did you not engage in the most vicious character assassination campaign against all of us, and especially me? You accused me of being a ringleader, ringmaster of these protests, that my tears were false tears. You suggested that I was being paid off by the Congress or whoever, that we were all making up stories of this harassment. Do you know, any of you know, what it means to take on an all-powerful system with so little to fall back on? Even now you think that the government did me a favor by sending me to the Olympics. That because I was allowed to have my own trainer, coach and nutritionist, that was enough? That was a favor? Please get this right. Get this clear. No one does any favor in Olympics sports. We are here where we are despite the system, not because of the system. I'm grateful to all my sponsors, but remember, on the wrestling mat, on the Olympics wrestling mat, no one does anyone special favors to win a medal. And my 12th and the final question is to you, the viewers, the citizens of this great country. Please tell me, how many of you truly love Indian sport enough for you to stand up with our lesser athletes from sports other than cricket? How many of you will walk the talk on women's empowerment? Or is it just a catchy message or a slogan for all of you? I want to say this, and I say this today with a note of sadness. The truth is, most of you abandoned me and my fellow protesters when we needed you the most. Now when I have shown the world what I am truly made of, everyone has suddenly woken up. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. If you want to build a true medal-winning sports culture in this country next time, please stand with all our athletes, not just me. Through the good times and the bad, I hope no one ever has to go through what I, Vinesh Fogart, have had to endure in the last couple of years. So these were the 12 explosive, uncomfortable yet highly pertinent questions that I wish to ask on Vinesh Fogart's behalf to cut through the hypocrisy of the Indian sports ecosystem, this fabric and the management. Take a look at this report.
देखिए कहने के लिए कुछ बचा नहीं मेरे पास, अब क्या बताऊँ मैं। तो सारे देश ने गोल्ड मेडल की उम्मीद थी, आज थी, और हमें खुशी थी आज, और खुशी का दिन था जो सुबह उठते हैं जो तैयारी ऐसे तैयारी कर रखी थी। और ये समाचार जो है मेरे पास सुबह आया जो 9-10 बजे, तो मैं बस कुछ मेरा कहना बोला नहीं था। मेरे
परिवार में किसी से बात हुई है बजरंग वगैरह?
ना सर, किसी बात नहीं, सिर्फ बजरंग का टेलीफोन आया था, पापा ऐसी बात होगी, वो जो संगीता टेलीफोन वही रोने लगी।
तो क्या उम्मीद लग रही है अब?
देखो क्या पता, मैं तो मेरे को पता नहीं चीज़ का है।
ये 100 ग्राम का जो खुराक है, क्या कुश्ती में ही जायज है?
वो रूल्स में क्या बना रखे, किस तरह बना रखे हैं, तो ये तो है जो वजन छोटा बड़ा 50-100 ग्राम है तो उसमें लड़ा देते हैं, लेकिन लड़ाया नहीं तो ये क्या बता।
फेडरेशन और सरकार से क्या उम्मीद रखते हैं?
देखिए वो जो बात करेंगे बजरंग और सब मिल करके सब विचार विमर्श करके बात करेंगे।
तो देशवासियों के लिए कुछ कहना चाहिए, कहीं ना कहीं नारी
भाई देशवासियों के लिए मैं यूँ कहूँ तो भाई निराश न हो, एक दिन जो करेंगे अगला 28 ओलंपिक, उसके लिए जो संहिता को उसमें कुश्ती दोबारा स्टार्ट करवा रहा हूँ, उसके भी जो पीछे ला के उन्हें, और बजरंग को बोले अपने भी करो कोशिश, और विनेश भी जो आएगी उसके बाद में जो है 4 साल करेंगे, तो मैं कहूँ बेटा 4 साल और करो।
आप दोबारा तैयारी कराएंगे?
हाँ बिल्कुल कहूँ, दोबारा तैयारी करो, 4 साल ज़्यादा नहीं होते।
Vinesh Phogat is a pride for every Indian, irrespective of the disqualification. As a woman in the wrestling, in the 50 kg class, one knows that if she was found overweight by just 100 grams and it warrants disqualifications, that may be the rule of the game. But we must at this point respect the privacy of Vinesh Phogat and stand in solidarity with all our wrestling queens, because they are the ones who have made India proud and have shown that despite all odds, even in fields like wrestling, the Indian woman can stand tall. We respect Vinesh's privacy, and at this point, we only focus on the competitions ahead in hand. Vinesh Phogat is a pride for every Indian.
And while we are at it, I'm getting the latest update on Vinesh Phogat's CAS hearing verdict. Vinesh Phogat has moved the Court of Arbitration for Sports to consider awarding her the joint silver for her run to the final clash. This after she was disqualified from the gold medal due to missing the required weight by 100 grams. The verdict is all set to be announced. It will be a historic judgment if the CAS rules in Vinesh's favor. Her appeal is for the disqualification to be retracted and for a joint silver to be awarded for her making it to the gold medal bout and for following all the rules. She made weight on the morning of the first day of the competition and ended up missing the weight on the second day by a whisker, a little over 100 grams. If the CAS decides to rule in Vinesh's favor, she will be awarded a joint silver in the women's 50 kg freestyle category. This is unprecedented in wrestling. If the CAS does not rule in her favor, it's going to be a billion broken hearts here in India. And with that, we bring a billion prayers for Vinesh's silver as we await the CAS verdict that is our top focus tonight. And even while we discuss this matter tonight, the CAS has deferred its decision on Vinesh Phogat. That is the update we are receiving at CVR News Desk right now. The latest update is that now the Indian wrestler will have to wait till Tuesday for the CAS decision on whether she will get a silver medal. Vinesh Phogat's appeal for a shared silver medal after she was disqualified from an Olympic final for missing on the weight criteria could come as late as Tuesday, the Court of Arbitration for Sport said late yesterday night. Sport's highest court originally said that the decision was expected to be made by the end of the Olympics, but the CAS has granted sole arbitrator Annabel Bennett some more time. The court has said that the time limit can be extended quote-unquote under exceptional circumstances. Phogat has challenged her disqualification after she failed to make the weight for her 50 kg final against USA's Sarah Hildebrandt last Wednesday. The Indian wrestler was found 100 grams overweight on the morning of the final and was subsequently disqualified from the competition. Guzman Lopez replaced Fogart in the final, and the American Sarah Hildebrandt defeated Guzman with a score of 3-0 to win the gold medal. Vinesh Fogart announced on Thursday on social media that she would retire from the sport. "My courage is broken. I don't have any more strength now. Goodbye wrestling 2001 to 2024. This is what she wrote. Here's a report.
In CAS, we will at the end follow the CAS decision. If you ask in such a general way, but allow me to comment on this individual case. The regulations of the International Federation have to be followed. And the International Federation, United World Wrestling, was taking this decision. And there, I must say, I have a certain understanding for the wrestler. It has clearly a human touch, but looking at...
You see, it is not just me who is sitting here advocating for Vinesh Fogart. ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. The entire sports people fraternity is not just lamenting her loss, but is using social media and traditional media platforms to fight and advocate for her cause. In an emotional message ahead of the CAS's verdict on Vinesh Fogart, Indian Olympian Neeraj Chopra has also said that the people of this nation should not forget what Vinesh has done for the country. On Sports Court CAS's hearing of the Indian wrestler Vinesh Fogart, Olympic silver medalist javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra too expressed his thoughts while speaking to the senior media journalist recently. And this is what he had to say. I'm quoting him here. Hear me out. "All of us know that if she gets the medal, it will be really good. She would have got the medal if such a situation had not arisen. As sports persons, if we do get the medal, then people remember us for some time and they say that we are their champions. But if we don't get the medal, they forget us as well. I just want to request the Indians to not forget what Vinesh has done for the country, regardless of victory or defeat." Here's a report.
लोग थोड़े दिन तक याद करते हैं, बोलेंगे कि यू आर आवर चैंपियन, हमारे लिए आप चैंपियन हो. लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि जब तक वो मोमेंट ना हो, हम पोडियम पे ना हो, तो वो बहुत जल्दी भूल भी जाते हैं. तो मुझे ये डर है बस, अगर लोग नहीं भूलेंगे तो मेडल है नहीं है उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. बस मैं लोगों से ये रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि जो विनेश ने किया है अपनी कंट्री के लिए, उसको ना भूलें बस.
आपकी मदद ने कहा कि मेरे बच्चे जैसा ही है, उसकी मदद ने अभी कहा नीरज के लिए मैं हमेशा दुआ करती हूँ, नीरज को इंस्पायर करता था. तो मदर लव के बारे में बताइए, एक दूसरे को विश कर रही, एक दूसरे को ब्लेसिंग्स दे रहे हैं.
जी, मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी माँ भी बहुत ही स्टार्टिंग से गांव से बिलोंग करती थी और फिर गांव में ही शादी हुई, तो गांव के कल्चर में रही और बहुत ही, और कोई सोशल मीडिया पे नहीं है, कोई मोबाइल नहीं है, टीवी नहीं है, तो वो बहुत ही दिल से बोलते हैं जो भी बोलते हैं, तो एक माँ की तरह बोलते हैं. और उनको ही पता है कि जैसे वो हमारे लिए दुआ कर रहे थे या इंडियंस मेरे लिए दुआ कर रहे थे, तो सभी कंट्री के एथलीट्स के लिए उनकी फैमिली और उनके लोग उनके लिए दुआ करते हैं. तो इसलिए जो मेरी माँ के उस टाइम मन में आया उन्होंने बोल दिया.
इसी सवाल का एक एक्सटेंशन है कि आपको लगता है कि भारत पाकिस्तान के जो रिलेशंस हैं वो अभी आपकी माँ ने बोला, उनकी तारीफ की, उनकी माँ ने आपकी तारीफ की, तो कितना हेल्पफुल रहेगा स्पोर्ट्स हम दो देशों के रिलेशन के लिए?
स्पोर्ट्स हमेशा ही, स्पोर्ट्स की उसमें तो हमेशा अच्छा रहता है, आपस में खेलते हैं. बात होती है जी वो जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं वो आपको पता है बॉर्डर पे या उन चीज़ों, वो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट मैटर है उसको. और स्पोर्ट्स को हम स्पोर्ट्स के जरिए हम कोशिश करते हैं कि आपस में मिलना सिखाएं, लेकिन कुछ इंसिडेंट ऐसे होते हैं वो फिर से कुछ प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर देते हैं. तो हम तो ये चाहें कि सब कुछ शांति से रहे, लेकिन मेडल मिलेगा तो.
Meanwhile, Haryana Chief Minister Nayab Saini has also announced that the Haryana government will reward the Indian wrestler Vinesh Fogart, who has been disqualified at the Paris Games, with all the benefits that a silver medalist is entitled to. How can we let her morale down? This is what he said. He further said, and let me quote him here, not just Haryana, but the whole country is proud of our daughter Vinesh. Some problems arose which led to her disqualification. Despite everything, the state government has decided that we will reward her with all the benefits that a silver medalist is entitled to. How can we let her morale down? I have also invited bronze medalists Manu Bhakar and Sarabjot Singh to my residence. Bhupender Singh Hooda and the other opposition indulges in politics almost everywhere, including sports. But whatever our government has done for our players and the policies introduced for them to boost their morale, no government has been able to do so far. Here's a report.
के अनुरूप जो भी सुविधाएं होंगी उस सुविधा के लिए मैंने ये ट्वीट किया था कि हम अपनी बेटी को देंगे, उसके हौसले को हम कैसे कम होने देंगे। हमारी जुझारू बेटी है और उस बेटी ने हरियाणा का तो नाम ऊंचा किया है, परंतु भारत का नाम भी उसने ऊंचा किया है। हम बेटी के साथ हैं, मैं उसको बधाई देता हूं।
कांग्रेस ने इस पूरे पे राजनीति की है क्योंकि
एक मिनट मैं बाद में पूछूं। मैं एक बात और मैं इसके एक मिनट दीदी एक मिनट हमारी बेटी मनु भाकर जिसने हरियाणा का नाम पूरे देश का नाम ऊंचा किया है, हमारे सर्वजीत जी, उन्होंने हरियाणा का सर्वजोत जी उन्होंने हरियाणा का और देश का नाम ऊंचा किया है। मैं उनको भी बधाई देता हूं। मैंने फोन पे भी उनसे बात हुई है और मैंने उनको कल बुलाया भी है। कल उनको मैं अपने निवास के ऊपर दोनों को बुलाया है। कल वो मेरे निवास के ऊपर दोनों आने वाले हैं। आज वो दिल्ली में हैं।
एक बार ये सवाल पूछेंगे, एक करके बयान आया आपने सिल्वर मेडल की जो घोषणा की उसके ऊपर कि गोल्ड मेडल के समान सम्मान देना चाहिए था और अगर हमारे पास नंबर होते तो हम राज्यसभा भेज देते।
देखिए भूपेंद्र सिंह हुड्डा और ये विपक्ष के लोग ये हर वर्ग के अंदर राजनीति घुसोते हैं। हमारे जो स्पोर्ट्स के खिलाड़ी हैं उनके अंदर भी राजनीति कर रहे हैं। मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि इस राजनीति से दूर रहें। हमारी बेटी वो जुझारू बेटी है विनेश फोगाट, और हमारी सरकार जितना खिलाड़ियों के लिए हमारी सरकार ने किया है, जो पॉलिसियां हमारी सरकार ने बनाई है, जो
And that is a wrap for today's editorial. Till I see you next time, that's tomorrow at 7. Jai Hind, Namaskar. Keep watching CVR English.